Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. Today we're going to talk about the snore fest that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This will be a non-spoilers review, so let's get into this. So, yeah, thought I'd spice up that intro a little bit for this video because Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was borderline awful, in my opinion, of course. Before I get into my discussion, if you saw this film and if you liked it, loved it, thought it was the greatest thing you've ever seen, that is awesome. You keep rocking this film. Go see it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Me though, unless my friends or family want to see it, I am going to be one and done on this film because I thought this film was mostly garbage. I know that the first Jurassic World movie, kind of the reboot sequel to the Jurassic Park franchise, was not really universally loved, even though it made a lot of money. I actually really enjoyed that film. I thought it was great, and it was a lot of fun. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I'm just going to call it Fallen Kingdom because I don't want to say the whole title. Fallen Kingdom is neither of those. This movie is boring, and it's slow, and it wasn't fun. It lacked the charm that the Jurassic Park films have, and even in Jurassic World or Jurassic Park 2 and 3, those had fun moments. Fallen Kingdom, it didn't do it for me. I really couldn't find anything I liked in this movie except for the performances and for the special effects. But, the special effects were kind of a given for this film because of how good they were in the last one. And you don't go to a Jurassic Park movie for performances unless they have, really, really great actors. But we knew we were getting from Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt and all those people because they were in the first one, Jurassic World. But yeah, Fallen Kingdom, it totally missed the mark for me. I wasn't really even looking forward to seeing this film. I was just seeing it just because I liked the first one so much, Jurassic World. I liked that film a lot. I think I saw that, maybe 3 or 4 times in theaters. Because again, I had so much fun with it, whereas this one, it was just choppy, bumpy, just a really shaky film experience. Before I really kind of just slashed this film to pieces, I will say again, things that I liked about it were the special effects. I thought that they were really good, and the performances. Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, they all gave good performances. And then the new characters, they were, forgettable. And that's going to be probably the overarching theme of this discussion, is that I found the film to be very forgettable. But for performances-wise, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, they did really well. And the standout for me was the little girl they had to play. The little girl, kind of the child in danger type thing that Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, rescue on a number of occasions. She was played by Isabella Sermon, I think is her name, and I really liked her. I thought for how young she is, that she gave a great performance, and that she even outacted her co-stars up to the kind of one. She had big ensemble cast scenes and stuff. I thought she did great. But yeah, since those are really the only couple things I really liked with the film, let's get into the meat of this discussion and things I did not like. One of the things that stood out to me the most, that was just kind of this constant through, which actually might not bother a lot of people, but for me it bothered me a lot, was the music. The original Jurassic Park theme or the score by John Williams, I didn't even know it was really in there. I heard literal notes of it, but nothing, like there's no section of the film where that classic theme plays. So if it's in there, I missed it, because it must be a blink you don't miss it type thing, because I was actually kind of looking for that, but I didn't get any of it. And I think the music is also a good way to, it's kind of like a indicator, I guess that's the word, to view that this is different from the other Jurassic Park films in the series, because I know Jurassic World is a reboot, but it still had those kind of same fun elements. This one, forget everything is the tagline for a lot of films nowadays. Like the rules have changed, because that's what happened in this movie. It was just so dull and it was ridiculous. There is a twist in this film. I'm not going to spoil what it is or when it comes, because this is non-spoilers. But when the twist happened, I literally said out loud, WTF. I'm not going to swear on this review. But I literally said, what the fluff, for lack of a better term, out loud in the theater. Because it was so ridiculous, so different, so weird, even for a Jurassic Park film, which yeah, reanimating dinosaurs, that's pure science fiction. Well, nowadays it might not, because science is evolving with that. But the whole concept of these movies is science fiction, and then they took that even a step further, and it took it right off the deep end. But even just isolating that one plot point for a little bit, the overall actual plot and story, I did not like at all. I remember seeing the trailers for this film, and this is in the trailer, so it's okay to talk about this, but they're like, the island that Jurassic World was on, where all the dinosaurs are left, there's a volcano and it's going to explode, and when I heard about that, I was like, really kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It sounds like you're just making up an excuse to go back there, because correct me if I'm wrong, but in all the previous Jurassic Park movies, there was never any mention of a volcano. And I know that Jurassic Park is based off of a book, or a book series, I don't know, one of the two. So if it's in the books, that maybe could give them a little bit of, leeway to put that in for a story beat, but I don't remember anything about a volcano being mentioned in any of the movies. So that was just kind of random. And yeah, this movie felt random in a lot of ways too. As I said, previously, you don't go to these movies for the special effects really, or the acting. You go to see, monsters, dinosaurs fighting each other, some dino on dino action, and dinosaurs chasing humans and eating them and terrorizing stuff. There wasn't a lot of that, and I think that's why I felt the movie was so dull and boring, is because it didn't give me enough of what I've come to expect from a Jurassic Park film. And I don't think it's going to give a lot of fans what they were looking forward to, because they tried to make it into something else. And speaking of not giving fans what they want, or not giving enough of this or that, Jeff Goldblum, he's in this movie, but like the music, the original music, blink and you miss it, because Jeff Goldblum maybe has 2 full minutes of screen time. And you can view that as a small spoiler, but I'm saying this because for the people that have not seen the film yet, that are looking forward to seeing him in the movie as a callback to the original Jurassic Park movies, do not get your hopes up like I did, because my hopes were up, and he was only in it for just a brief few moments. And I felt that if they would have followed him more in the movie, it would have been a lot better, but they chose not to for whatever reason. What else? I remember back when Jurassic World, the first one, was coming out, people were kind of up in arms about how they're making their own dinosaurs and stuff. and all that, and genetically modifying animals, making them predators, like military stuff and all that. That plot point never bothered me. I actually thought that was kind of a cool and different element that they could have taken that in. And they further that in this movie. But whereas before I did not mind it, in this one now I mind that. Just a lot of the things that they chose to continue from Jurassic World, and a lot of the things that they decided to add into this movie or take out even, it all felt like this mishmash of ideas and stuff. And if I sound a little funny, just to put the cherry on top of this slash in this film, I went into the movie having a little bit of a headache, and I think coming out I'm under the weather. I think this film might have made me physically sick, because now I kind of had a runny nose. I was blowing my nose a little bit, and it's just this big lopsided film. It's almost hard to explain without spoiling it, because it's just so. It just feels like a ball of wet clay. You have this building material that you can make anything you want out of it, but instead you decide to keep it what it is, a wet ball of clay that just mushes and melts and slides around in your hand, and also can make you sick, because I think I might be sick. So yeah, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Unless you are a huge fan of these movies and you want to see what comes next in the series and all that, you can skip this film. Like I said, unless you're a diehard, you don't gotta see it. I won't even recommend it, and I found it to be really disappointing, because I was looking forward to this movie, kind of. I was gonna check it out for sure, like on DVD or something, but I was in town then, so I was like, hey, I'll go check it out. I could have done so much more with my time. So, yeah, that's my review of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Again, if you like this film, that is awesome. Ride this thing into the sunset. You do you, man. Film is subjective. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't. So please, if you want to check it out, do. But for me, just didn't do it. And if you are gonna check it out, take down the expectations quite a bit. That's going to be my advice to you. So, yeah, that's my review of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.